Welcome to the deep dive. So you sent us Kavita Ray's tantricsex.pdf, and our mission today is basically to pull out the key insights for you.
Right, the essential stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think of this as your kind of personalized roadmap to understanding Tantra, straight from the source material you provided.
And what's really striking, I think, right away is just how much ground Ray covers in these excerpts.
Yeah.
We're talking everything from the really ancient history of these practices to some very specific rituals that, well, you might find quite interesting to maybe explore yourself.
Absolutely. We want to give everyone listening a clear sense what Tantra is actually about, maybe some practical ways it's used. Without you having to spend, ages digging through the text yourself, we're looking for those aha moments.
Yeah, like realizing Tantra is, what, thousands of years old?
Exactly. And that it goes way beyond just the bedroom,
Definitely. So by the time we wrap up, the goal is you'll have a grasp of the core ideas from this reading and maybe feel a bit more equipped to think about how some of this resonates with you personally. We're trying to connect the dots, really.
Okay, let's dive in then. Let's unpack this. What exactly is Tantra based on this source?
Okay, so Ray places its origins in India, like over 5,000 years ago.
Wow, that's really ancient.
It is. And at its heart, there's this really powerful understanding that everything we experience as humans, our sexuality, our spirituality, our emotions, it's all deeply connected. Tantra doesn't really separate them out.
This is a really integrated view of life, kind of holistic.
Precisely. Yeah, holistic is a good word. And a fundamental belief here is that the human body isn't something to be, pushed down or seen negatively.
Not something to be ashamed of.
Exactly. It's actually something to be honored, celebrated even. It's seen as a source of pleasure, yes, absolutely, but also as a pathway to, well, profound understanding. And this understanding often comes through what's called the union of opposites.
Opposites.
Often symbolized by the masculine and the feminine energies coming together.
Okay, yeah, and that's where it gets, really interesting, isn't it? This idea of seeing the physical body as like a route to spiritual insight. That definitely challenges a lot of conventional thinking.
It really does. And what's insightful here, I think, is the inherent acceptance within Tantra. Ray points out that the Tantric view sees everything that happens in life as, well, a gift.
A gift, even the tough stuff.
Apparently so. An opportunity for learning, for growth. Even difficulties are kind of viewed through that lens.
And the word Tantra itself, what does that actually mean? Does the book say?
Yeah, it does. The source tells us it has a couple of key meanings. The way.
Okay.
And transformation. So in a way, as you're listening, you're kind of starting your own tantric journey of understanding, as Ray puts it.
That's a cool way to frame it. And the book also mentions a partner in Tantra being like a mirror. What's that about?
Well, if we link that back to the core idea of interconnectedness, the partner as a mirror suggests that through your interactions, through that shared intimacy, you get reflections of yourself.
Ah, okay. Like seeing yourself through their eyes.
Sort of, yeah. Your partner can mirror back parts of your own being, maybe the parts you see easily, but also perhaps the bits you don't.
Right, the blind spots.
Exactly. Which can lead to greater self-awareness, personal growth within that tantric experience. It's like gaining new perspectives on yourself through that connection.
Okay, so that gives us a pretty good foundation of what Tantra is. But the book also talks about different types of Tantra. What are the main ones that are still around?
Right. Ray outlines several key lineages that have, lasted through time. First up, there's Shiva Tantra.
Okay, Shiva Tantra.
Yeah, centered on principles linked to Shiva. It's described as a path that really embraces all of life, love, work, pleasure, and yes, sex.
So it's not just focused on sex then?
No, not exclusively. It's more about saying yes to the fullness of being human, the whole experience.
That sounds pretty encompassing. What else is there?
Then you've got Tantra Yoga. The book kind of characterizes this one as being maybe more focused on the male experience.
Oh, interesting.
How so? Particularly in harnessing sexual energy, specifically for spiritual awakening. And sometimes, perhaps, without the same emphasis on romantic love you see elsewhere.
So using the energy, but maybe not needing the relationship part.
That's sort of the distinction Ray makes. It's a yes to the power of sexuality, but maybe a no to the, complexities of love relationships sometimes.
Interesting distinction. Okay.
Indeed. The next up is Tantric Buddhism. This developed in Tibet.
Right, Tibet.
Yeah, it's a kind of fusion of Buddhist philosophy with the local shamanistic Bon religion. This tradition uses sexual practices, but within a very specific, often quite ritualized framework.
Okay, more structured there.
Definitely. And the ultimate goal is transcendence, achieving enlightenment.
So a clearly spiritual aim for using those energies.
Exactly. Then there's Taoist Tantra, which comes from China.
Okay, Taoist.
Its main focus is different again. It's more about using that vital energy, the sexual energy, for regenerating the body for health.
For health, like physical health.
Yeah, physical vitality.
Yeah.
And one practice Ray mentioned specifically is male ejaculation retention during orgasm, believed to promote longevity.
Whoa, okay. That's a very different goal compared to enlightenment or embracing all of life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And finally, there's Neo-Tantra.
Neo-Tantra. That sounds more modern.
It is. Ray describes it as a contemporary Western interpretation. It blends meditation with a real focus on love.
Uh-huh.
It was popularized quite a bit by the Indian teacher Osho.
Osho, right. I recognize that name.
Yeah, he was significant in bringing these ideas to the West, leading to a big resurgence in recent decades.
And the book itself, you said it takes an impartial view. How does it handle all these different streams?
What's interesting is Ray doesn't seem to push one lineage over the others.
Okay.
Instead, it looks like the book draws from various traditions.
Right.
It integrates some of the modern Neo-Tantra stuff with, older rituals and meditations.
Yeah. So it gives you a mix.
Exactly. It offers the reader, a broader range of tantric practices to consider, maybe even try out.
Okay, great. So we have a sense of what Tantra is, its history, some of the different forms. Now let's get into some of the core concepts and practices the book highlights, starting with the Namaste ritual.
Right. Namaste. It's a beautiful ancient Sanskrit word.
Yeah, you hear it a lot in yoga classes.
You do. And it essentially means something like, I bow to the divine in you, or I honor the god or goddess within you.
That's lovely.
It is. Ray really emphasizes it as a deeply respectful greeting. It acknowledges the spiritual core of your partner.
So it's more than just hello.
Oh, definitely. It's often used at the start of a meditation to set that tone of reverence, of deep connection. You could almost think of it as a kind of micro-meditation itself.
Ah, shifting the focus.
Exactly. Moving from the everyday to something more mindful instantly.
Okay. The book also mentions using ritual objects. What's the idea behind that?
According to Ray, these objects act as focal points for your mind.
Okay, like something to concentrate on.
Yeah. Tantra suggests certain objects can sort of embody or symbolize different aspects of life or different energies.
Like what?
Well, for example, maybe a silver cups could represent the union of love between two people. Or you might choose natural things like stones or shells to symbolize masculine and feminine energies.
So you choose things that mean something to you.
Exactly. The act of choosing them and then using them in your practice adds layers of intention, of symbolism. It helps deepen your focus and your connection to the underlying ideas.
Got it. Moving on, there's something called the yab-yum position. That sounds quite evocative.
It is. It's a physical posture, but one that powerfully symbolizes that sacred merging of masculine and feminine energies we talked about.
Okay, how does it work?
Typically, it involves partners embracing really closely. Often, legs are intertwined, and crucially, your foreheads make gentle contact.
Foreheads. Why there?
Ray specifically mentions the forehead as the location of the third eye.
Ah, the intuition center.
Right, associated with intuition, transcendence. So the aim of this position isn't just physical closeness, though that's part of it. It's about creating a profound sense of intimate connection, safety, and a really powerful feeling of being, united.
So it's using the physical to access something deeper, almost spiritual.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about an energetic and spiritual merging.
Okay. The book also outlines an opening and closing ceremony for meditation. What does that involve?
Right. This provides a kind of clear container,
Yeah.
a framework for your meditation practices.
How do you start?
To open, you'd sit facing each other, often kneeling. Bring your hands together in a prayer position.
Like namaste.
Exactly. While softly gazing into each other's eyes. Then, you raise your arms up towards the sky.
Why?
Symbolically, it's like offering your meditation, your intention, to a greater universal energy.
Okay. And closing.
For the closing, you skip the arm-raising part. Instead, the focus is on bowing down towards the ground, visualizing yourself, releasing your ego, letting it go into the earth. Then you come back up to sitting, hands back in prayer, acknowledging the love, the connection that you've just created together.
It sounds like a very deliberate way to frame the practice, beginning and ending with reverence.
Exactly. It marks it out as a sacred, intentional act.
Okay. Now let's talk about the erotic body. The book seems to have a specific viewpoint on this.
Yeah, what's insightful here is the tantric understanding that our body, mind, and spirit are, well, they're deeply interwoven. They're not separate things.
Right, all connected.
All connected. And this leads to an emphasis on exploring the body intimately, using all our senses, taste, smell, sensual touch.
So really paying attention.
Deeply paying attention. The goal is to gain a profound understanding of each other's bodies, which then, the idea is, can deepen your intuition about your partner's emotional needs, their spiritual needs too.
So the body's like a map.
In a way, yeah. It's not just a physical form. It's seen as this continuous source of discovery and even a potential pathway to enlightenment. By embracing the erotic nature of the body, Tantra suggests you can move beyond the purely physical.
Accessing deeper truths, maybe?
That's the idea, seeing the body as more than just skin and bones, recognizing its deeper significance.
Got it. The book then introduces the Sanskrit terms lingam and yoni. Can you tell us about those?
Sure. Ray explains that in Tantra, these Sanskrit words are often preferred for the genitals because they're considered more, well, evocative.
Evocative? How so?
Less clinical, maybe, than the terms we commonly use in the West. Lingam refers to the penis, and it means wand of light.
Wand of light, okay.
And yoni refers to the vagina, meaning sacred space or sometimes cave of wonder.
Wow. Okay, I have to admit, those are much more poetic descriptions.
They certainly are. And Ray points out that just using this kind of reverent language can actually shift how you perceive intimacy, the sacredness of these parts of the body. It changes the frame.
Yeah, I can see that. It reflects that deep respect.
Mm-hmm.
The text also touches on male and female chakras. How does Tantra view those energy centers differently?
Right. So while both men and women have the same 7 basic chakras, these energy centers in the body, Ray explains that, with the exception of the 7th one at the crown of the head, they're said to operate in slightly different ways. They complement each other.
Like magnets.
Exactly like magnets, positive and negative poles. For instance, a woman's heart chakra is often described as having a more active kind of outward energy.
Okay.
While a man's heart chakra is seen as more receptive.
Ah, interesting.
And the book suggests that the sexual energy between a man and woman becomes really potent when these complementary energetic forces unite.
So it's about that energetic dance, the interplay and balance between the genders.
Yeah, exactly. That's synergy.
Okay. There's a specific practice mentioned next, massaging the 2nd chakra for women. What's the purpose of that?
Well, the 2nd chakra, located sort of below the navel, is associated with our emotions, our sensuality, creativity.
Right, the sacral chakra.
Exactly. This massage, which is intended for the female partner to receive, is described as helping her feel more relaxed, more open, and more receptive to intimacy. Ray suggests that after this kind of focused stimulation, women might experience a deeper level of connection and, well, readiness for the next stages of engaging intimately.
It sounds like a way to consciously prepare and deepen the connection on an energetic level first.
Precisely that, setting the stage.
Let's shift gears slightly and talk about self-esteem and sex. What's the tantric perspective on how those two are linked?
Ray emphasizes a really strong connection here. A healthy sense of self-worth and a fulfilling sex life kind of go hand in hand.
Makes sense.
Yeah. She notes that satisfying intimacy can genuinely contribute to things like relaxation, more joy, even better sleep.
Okay.
And Tantra encourages you to really recognize and celebrate your body as inherently erotic, as sensual. Don't shy away from that.
Right. Own it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It suggests that engaging in these tantric practices can actually heighten your senses, change how your body experiences pleasure during sex, potentially increasing orgasmic potential, making you more attuned to what your partner's experiencing too.
So it benefits both sides.
Definitely. And this positive energy is described as radiating outwards, influencing other parts of your life, even enhancing how attractive you feel and are to your partner.
Like a positive feedback loop.
Exactly. Self-acceptance and good sex reinforce overall well-being. Feeling good about yourself is key to experiencing good sex and vice versa.
Okay. And to help with that self-image piece, the book presents a love and hate list meditation. How does that work? It sounds intense.
It is quite active, yeah. It's an exercise in self-awareness and acceptance.
Yeah.
You start by making 2 columns, love and hate.
Okay.
You stand in front of a mirror, maybe naked, maybe just lightly dressed, and you honestly list everything you dislike or even hate about your physical self in one column.
That sounds hard.
It can be. Yeah. And then everything you like or love in the other column. But the meditation part involves using music to embody these feelings.
How?
You play sad music while focusing on the dislike aspects, maybe moving or touching those areas with that sense of sadness.
Right.
And then you play uplifting music while celebrating the liked features, maybe with joyful movement, touching those parts with appreciation.
Ah, so you move with the feeling.
Exactly. The goal over time is to gradually shift items from the hate list over to the love list. It's about fostering greater self-compassion, self-appreciation.
That's powerful.
And Ray even suggests trying it alone first, then maybe with a partner, as a really sensual way to express appreciation for each other's bodies.
A very embodied way to tackle those negative self-perceptions.
Precisely. Very physical.
Now let's dive into the figures at the heart of Tantra, Shiva and Shakti. Who are they, according to this book?
Right. Ray describes Shiva and Shakti as this primordial couple. They're seen as the originators of Tantra, way back maybe 5,000 years ago.
The originals.
Yeah. Their initial insights and practices were recorded in something called the Vijnana Tantra. It's a collection of 112 verses, or sutras, that are still studied today.
Wow. And what were they like?
Well, the book doesn't give like a detailed biography, but it portrays them as this deeply curious, really creative pair. They shared a vibrant sexual connection, but also had this profound spiritual yearning. Their relationship is described as being built on mutual respect, shared creativity, and just deep, deep passion.
So the archetypal lovers, maybe?
That's a good way to think of it. They explored the absolute depths of human connection. They're like the foundational figures for this whole tradition.
Okay.
And Ray highlights that Shiva and Shakti represent these fundamental energies, the divine masculine, that's Shiva,
Right.
and the divine feminine, Shakti.
So like archetypes within us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Embracing your own inherent nature as, a divine man or woman is said to have this transformative effect on your relationships, your sexual experiences.
How so?
Well, the idea is that merging these complementary strengths, like Shiva's dynamic energy and Shakti's receptive wisdom, creates this incredibly powerful, almost irresistible connection, both sexually and emotionally.
So it's about recognizing and really embodying these universal energies within ourselves and in our partnerships too.
Precisely. Ray encourages you to notice how these qualities play out in your own relationship and use that awareness to enrich your meditations together. Tantric practice in this way becomes a space to express parts of yourself that maybe don't get seen in everyday life.
Okay. Following that, there's a seeing the divine meditation. How does that connect back to Shiva and Shakti?
Well, this meditation directly encourages you to see your partner through that very lens, through those divine archetypes.
How do you do it?
You sit facing each other, breathing slowly, deeply together. You try to resist the urge to talk. The focus is just softly looking into your partner's eyes and trying to recognize that divine spark within them. Ray calls it their spirit flame.
Spirit flame.
Yeah, that essential energy that's beyond just their personality, beyond their roles in life. The aim is to connect on that deeper spiritual level, seeing each other as reflections of that original divine couple.
It's about looking past the surface, isn't it? Recognizing the sacredness in your partner.
Exactly that. Seeing the divine within.
The book also touches on your divine nature and the relationship between Shiva and Shakti, specifically in sexual union.
Right. Ray describes their sexual union as the very source of life itself. It creates the exquisite friction and great erotic energy.
Wow.
That leads to profound bliss, fulfillment. So as you go on your own tantric journey, you're encouraged to welcome the differences between you and your partner.
Even the friction.
Yeah, even the friction. Recognize the creative potential within it. This also ties into the idea that both men and women can embody qualities usually linked to the other gender.
Ah, the role reversal idea.
Exactly. Embracing that potential for role reversal, as the book calls it, is a significant part of Tantra too. It's about recognizing the fluidity of these energies within us.
So embracing the dynamic interplay, not being stuck in rigid gender boxes.
Exactly. Fluidity is key.
The book then brings it back to the listener with a section called Tantra, You, and Your Partner. What's the core message there?
The main point here is really to remember the sacred nature of your relationship.
Okay.
To treat the love you share as this precious gift. Approach it with reverence, with respect. Ray advises being gentle, being patient with each other as you explore these new practices. Be open to trying new things, but always be mindful of your partner's boundaries, their preferences. Respect them.
Communication sounds key.
Hugely. The text emphasizes that the tantric path often involves slowing down, really taking time to rediscover each other. And even simple techniques can have a profound, life-altering impact.
Bringing new energy.
Exactly. To relationships, whether they're long-term or maybe facing challenges, open, honest communication about desires, emotions, feelings during intimacy, but also just in everyday life is really strongly encouraged.
It sounds like a call for really mindful, compassionate, and communicative connection in your partnership.
Precisely that. Very well put.
Following that is the concept of the love body. That's a new way of thinking about a relationship for me. What is that?
Yeah, it's an interesting concept. Ray introduces this idea that your relationship itself has its own kind of energetic presence.
Like a separate entity.
Almost.
Yeah.
A love body with its own vitality, its own force. And this shared entity needs active nurturing.
How do you nurture it?
Through dedicated time together, enjoying physical intimacy, connecting through meditation, practicing kindness, compassion towards each other.
Right.
Tantra, in this sense, gives you a framework for reframing how you understand love, sex, and the fundamental importance of your relationship. It helps you reach deeper levels of understanding and intimacy. Think of it like tending the garden of your shared connection.
So the relationship isn't just two individuals added together. It's got its own life that needs care.
Exactly. Its own dynamic.
Okay. To help open the mind to this perspective, the book lists some beliefs to open the mind. What are those?
3 key beliefs are mentioned as being particularly helpful. First, love is infinitely expansive.
Okay.
Second, I can grow and learn through a love relationship. And third, everything that occurs in our relationship is a gift.
Even the tough stuff, again.
Yeah, back to that gift idea. Ray suggests that embracing these perspectives helps you adopt a more open, receptive attitude towards your partnership. The book also encourages starting simple, maybe with easy meditations, even if one partner is a bit hesitant.
Right.
Stressing that Tantra is about willing participation. You can't force it on someone.
It's about cultivating that positive, growth-oriented mindset as the foundation.
Precisely. Setting the right mental stage.
The book then details a meditation called Nurture Your Love Body. How does that work in practice? Sounds intriguing.
It is quite tangible. It involves you and your partner sitting comfortably together. You place an object, maybe a cushion, a small table in front of you. This symbolizes your shared love body.
Okay, the symbolic representation.
Exactly. And each of you also holds a flower.
A flower.
Yes. Then you take turns speaking directly to this symbolic love body. You talk about your experiences within the relationship, maybe even referring to your partner as the third person as you share feelings, concerns, joys.
Interesting approach.
It is. After each person speaks, you imagine pouring any limiting beliefs, any ego stuff, into your flower. Then you place the flower next to the love body symbol.
Okay.
You both bow your heads, silently ask the love body for wisdom or guidance, share any insights you receive in a whisper with your partner, and then end with a hug and a namaste.
It's a very concrete, communicative way to acknowledge and tend to the energy of the relationship itself.
Precisely. Makes it very real.
There's also a releasing anger meditation outlined. That sounds like it could be quite powerful, maybe intense.
It can be, yeah. It's designed specifically to help you safely release pent-up emotions, especially anger and frustration.
How does it work?
You gather some soft pillows or cushions, have a flower nearby. If you're doing it together, you kneel facing each other, offer a namaste. A solo version is possible, too.
Okay.
Then you put on loud, energetic music, and you physically strike the pillows while shouting, no.
Really? Shouting?
Yes. And giving voice to any other feelings of anger, resentment. Really let it out. This physical and vocal release goes on for about 5 minutes.
Wow.
Followed by 5 minutes of quiet stillness, just letting the emotions settle. After that, you each take the flower, imagine pouring your ego, your anger into it, bow down, and place the flower by the pillows. Ray calls this creating an altar of love, representing emotional healing. It concludes with a hug, and then at least 10 minutes of just lying together quietly.
It's a very direct, physical way to process and let go of strong emotions in a well-contained way.
Exactly, within a supportive context.
Another meditation focuses on speaking your desire. What's the intention behind that one?
The main goal here is to help both partners gain a deeper understanding of each other's true desires by expressing them openly, without any censorship, right in the present moment.
How does that work?
You start with namaste. Then one partner begins by saying, I want, followed by whatever comes to mind. No self-editing, no judgment.
Even if it sounds silly.
Even if it sounds crazy, as the book says, or if there are moments of silence, that's all okay. Then the other partner takes a turn.
Right.
You keep alternating like this for about half an hour until you both feel you've kind of exhausted your current stream of thoughts and desires. Then you finish with a final namaste.
So it's about bypassing that inner critic.
Exactly. Accessing maybe deeper, even surprising longings. It sounds like a powerful tool for vulnerability and just open communication about what you truly want.
Definitely. Okay, now let's turn our attention to intimacy itself in connecting during sex. How does Tantra approach sexual union differently from, say, typical experiences?
The key difference Ray emphasizes is this invitation to fully savor, really appreciate every single aspect of the sexual experience.
Every aspect.
Yeah, including the sacred, the spiritual dimensions, not just focusing solely on reaching an endpoint, like ejaculation or orgasm.
Right, not just the goal.
Exactly. Tantric meditations are presented as really valuable tools for cultivating this presence, this awareness, focusing on the sensory experience, the ebb and flow of desire. The aim is to prolong the feeling of bliss, to heighten pleasure in every moment, and to honor your partner on a much deeper level. By seeing and connecting with the divine within them, letting go of judgments, really attuning to their innermost nature. The ultimate goal is described as the highest rising in love.
Highest rising.
Yeah, where sex becomes a kind of bridge to the spiritual realm. It's about being fully present, mindfully enjoying the entire journey, not just the destination.
Making love is a sacred practice.
Exactly that, a spiritual practice.
Okay. To support these practices, the book stresses the importance of creating a sacred space. Why is that considered so valuable?
Well, the idea is that having a dedicated space, even if it's just a corner of a room, that's thoughtfully arranged with calming colors, soft fabrics, meaningful ritual objects, it creates a sanctuary.
A haven.
Yeah, a haven of serenity. It encourages a sense of escape, of shared enjoyment. Ray suggests investing in the visual ambiance is worth it because a welcoming, beautiful space naturally draws you in, makes you want to spend time there.
Makes sense.
And if a whole separate room isn't practical, you can transform an existing space. Use items reserved just for meditation and intimate connection, like a special bedspread, candles, maybe a yantra.
What's a yantra?
Oh, it's a geometric symbol used for meditation. Or maybe a special wall hanging. The point is, a clean, calm, intentionally curated environment enhances your time together.
Fostering that sense of ceremony.
Exactly. And sacredness. It's about setting an intentional environment that actively supports your tantric practices.
Okay. And to kind of dedicate this space, there's a ritual called initiating your space. What does that involve?
Right. You start by sitting opposite each other, offering a namaste. Then you close your eyes and together chant Om 3 times, feeling the vibrations resonate within you and in the space around you. You sit quietly for a few moments, sensing your energy expanding, filling the room. Then you open your eyes, look at each other, and together say an affirmation, something like, "We offer our meditations to higher consciousness. May our space be blessed."
Okay.
Then you raise your arms, palms up, feeling that flow of energy between you and the universe. Bow down towards the ground with your arms extended forward and finish with another namaste.
It's a very formal, intentional way to consecrate the space for your practices together.
Exactly, setting it apart.
The book also discusses choosing aromas for this sacred space. What kind of scents are recommended and why?
Well, Ray notes that ancient scriptures mention scents like sandalwood, musk, aloe, camphor.
Traditional scents.
Yeah. But she generally recommends using natural essential oils. They can enhance sexual experiences, shift your mood, create a more transcendent atmosphere, and help access deeper spiritual states. Investing in an aromatherapy oil diffuser is suggested as an easy way to bring these scents into your space.
Are there specific recommendations?
Yes, she gives quite a few associations, like neroli absolute, rose, and jasmine are suggested as a seductive blend for lovemaking.
Okay.
Sandalwood for sensuality and calming, frankincense and cedarwood for serenity, peace,
Nice.
benzoin, black pepper, ginger for bringing warmth to the heart and body, clary sage for euphoria, jasmine absolute enhances male sexuality, release tension. Rose absolute is seen as very feminine, good for love, healing, seduction. And neroli absolute can soothe anxiety, boost virility, and fertility.
Wow, quite specific effects.
Yeah, the key takeaway is their direct link to emotions and memory. Scent is seen as a really powerful tool for setting the mood and deepening the experience.
Definitely. Alongside aromas, the book emphasizes the significance of personal objects within your sacred space.
Right. These are described as holding special meaning related specifically to your own unique spiritual journey.
So things that resonate with you personally.
Exactly. You're encouraged to choose items that feel right to you, that bring you a sense of connection to your inner self, your spiritual path. And you have the freedom to change these objects as your journey evolves.
Mm-hmm.
The important thing is just keeping your tantric space free from clutter, free from items that don't hold a specific significance for your practice.
It's about curating a space that really reflects your individual and shared spiritual intentions.
Exactly that, making it yours.
The book then details various tantric objects that can be incorporated. What are some examples given there?
Ray describes several symbolic objects often used in meditation or just to bring new energy into the space. One is the Shiva lingam.
Shiva lingam, what is that?
They're these egg-shaped stones, often found in Indian rivers. They're said to have a high vibration. They represent the unity of male energy or knowledge, that's the shape, and female energy or wisdom, that's the markings on the stone. So they signify balance.
Ah, balance, okay.
Then there's the Vajra and bell, used in Hindu and Tibetan Tantra. They symbolize the male principle, the Vajra, and the female principle, the bell.
Right.
Their harmonious union leads towards enlightenment. We mentioned yantras before, those geometric artworks embodying the universe's energy blueprint, used as visual aids in meditation. Ritual trays are used for holding offerings, fruit, incense, flowers, maybe wine or juice. These are shared between partners to recognize their divine spirits, foster relaxation.
Like a shared offering.
Exactly. And the Tantric cup, a special goblet for sharing wine or juice during meditation. It's said to be charged with passion, symbolizing eternal love.
These objects definitely seem to carry a lot of symbolic weight in the tradition.
They really do. They act as tangible reminders of core tantric principles, helping deepen your connection to those ideas.
Okay. Finally, related to sacred space, the book discusses creating altars. What's their purpose in Tantra?
An altar is described as representing your own divine spiritual nature. It's like an outward expression of your inner heart.
A focal point.
Exactly. A focal point for meditation, for honoring your relationship, and also for increasing sexual energy. Creating an altar together is presented as a sensual act of love in itself.
Oh, the act of making it.
Yeah. Every object placed on it holds personal meaning, and altars are said to radiate this subtle energy that blesses the space around them.
How do you create one?
Ray details using items representing the four elements. Fire, like a candle. Water, maybe a bowl with flowers or floating candles. Earth, a rock, shell, or a crystal. And air, incense.
The elements.
Plus items that are personally meaningful, photos, jewelry, flowers, and maybe some of those sensual tantric objects we just talked about, like a Shiva lingam or a Yab-yum statue.
Okay.
She also outlines a simple ritual for engaging with it. Lighting the candle, sitting before it, hands in prayer, bowing your head, declaring it a sacred space of devotion.
It sounds like the altar serves as a real physical anchor for your spiritual intentions and the relationship's energy.
Precisely. Grounding the practice.
Okay, moving beyond the external space now. The book delves into self-exploration. Why is understanding yourself so important in Tantra?
Ray really emphasizes that mental and emotional freedom are absolutely essential if you want to fully experience your capacity for pleasure.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So Tantra encourages taking dedicated time to explore your own mind, your own body, to become deeply aware of your own desires. That's seen as a fundamental first step toward a more satisfying, authentic sex life, both with yourself and with a partner.
It's about knowing yourself intimately as the foundation for deeper connection with someone else.
Exactly that. You start with you.
And to nurture this self-connection, the book suggests offering gifts to yourself. What kind of treats are we talking about?
Ray suggests incorporating small, daily acts of self-care. Simple things, like taking a relaxing walk in nature, enjoying a long, luxurious bath.
Nice.
Or just setting aside some extra quiet time to simply be with yourself, or maybe connect intimately with your partner without distractions. The underlying message is to regularly show yourself that you are valued, that you're worthy of pleasure and attention.
It's about prioritizing that self-love, self-nurturing as part of your overall well-being in your tantric journey.
Precisely. It's integral.
There's also a recommendation for scheduling time for yourself. How does that contribute to the overall experience?
Ray advises intentionally scheduling regular dates with yourself.
Dates with yourself, I like that.
Yeah. Dedicated time to do things that bring you joy, that awaken your senses. Maybe it's time in nature, listening to music, dancing freely. The idea is by nurturing yourself like this, you'll feel more energized, more positive, more open. And that, in turn, makes you a more vibrant, more intuitive partner in your relationships.
It's personal rejuvenation leading to enhanced connection with others.
Exactly. Fill your own cup first.
The book celebrates the source of your own ecstasy, self-pleasuring. What's the tantric perspective on masturbation? Is it okay?
Oh, absolutely. Tantra views self-pleasuring as a valuable, positive practice.
Yeah.
Ray encourages and celebrates it as a vital way to get more intimately acquainted with your own body.
Okay.
To sensitize yourself to pleasure, become more open to both giving and receiving pleasure with a partner. It's seen as a way to honor your body.
Mm-hmm.
And that encourages a similar respect from others. She stresses the importance of regularly nourishing, arousing your own body without feeling any guilt or shame.
Right, letting go of the guilt.
Exactly. As a means of understanding your unique desires, your preferences, which you can then share more comfortably with a partner. It's about reclaiming your own sexuality and pleasure as something healthy, empowering.
Definitely. The book also touches on craving contact. How does that basic human need fit into the tantric understanding?
Ray acknowledges that fundamental human need for physical touch. We all have it. And she recognizes that some people might primarily seek sexual encounters as a way to fulfill that basic desire for connection.
Mm-hmm.
She encourages finding more ways to receive intimate touch in your life generally, and suggests that starting with self-touch can help you learn your own preferences, your sensitivities.
Right, figure out what you like.
Exactly. Which can then inform and enrich your intimate interactions with a partner. Conscious, informed touch is seen as key to opening yourself to that universal energy of love.
It's about recognizing our innate need for physical connection and exploring how to meet it in healthy, fulfilling ways.
Exactly.
Mindfully.
To further this self-exploration, the book suggests incorporating visual stimulation and the practice of self-massage. How are these integrated?
Ray suggests that looking at things like photos, books, or movies depicting self-pleasuring can be both stimulating and educational.
Okay.
Offering new ideas, inspiration for your own explorations. Self-massage, on the other hand, involves dedicating time to lovingly massage your own body.
Using oils or lotions, maybe listening to erotic music. This practice lets you explore your physical self with the same care and attention you might want from a lover. Deepening your body awareness, understanding what brings you pleasure.
They're both presented as tools for deepening your connection with your own body and desires, just through different senses.
Precisely. Different pathways in.
The book has a specific section on enjoying self-pleasuring, for men, addressing potential feelings of shame. What's the core message there for male listeners?
Right. Ray addresses the potential for men to carry shame or negative associations around masturbation, maybe from childhood messages or societal norms.
Yeah, that happens.
It does. And she points out that this shame can lead to things like inhibited breathing, stifled sounds, a kind of contracted posture during self-pleasure, which can unfortunately carry over into partnered sex, limiting their ability to fully give and receive ecstatic pleasure.
Okay, so what's the advice?
The key message is to encourage men to let go of these inhibitions during self-pleasure, to feel free to make sounds, to move their bodies in ways that feel good, and to fully enjoy every sensation without judgment.
It's about liberating male sexuality from those constraints of shame, reclaiming pleasure as natural and healthy.
Exactly.
Letting go. There's an exercise described called Unleash Your Inner Love God for Men. That sounds like a very expansive exploration of male sensuality.
It is, yeah. It's designed to help men tap into their full orgasmic potential, encompassing both physical and emotional dimensions.
How does it work?
Ray suggests putting on loud, energetic music that resonates with you. Get comfortable. Start gently rocking, gyrating your pelvis. The emphasis is on slow, sensual touching of the lingam, the testicles, avoiding mechanical, rushed movements.
Okay.
She recommends massaging the abdomen, allowing any sounds that come up to be expressed, gently undulating the spine to help raise sexual energy. Moving spontaneously as your body wants, allowing your heart to feel open, maybe even cracked open by the rising sexual heat. She calls it a heart orgasm.
Heart orgasm, wow.
Yeah. Free expression of emotions is encouraged. The ultimate goal is to imagine your sexual energy expanding outwards, maybe even visualizing penetrating the universe, the cosmic yoni, losing yourself in lust and desire that goes beyond needing ejaculation, letting the energy flow to new parts of your body, melting into profound ecstasy.
That sounds like a truly full-bodied, deeply connected experience of male sexuality, moving way beyond just a genital focus.
Precisely that. Much broader.
The book then shifts focus to yoni appreciation. What's the significance of a woman cultivating a loving relationship with her own yoni in Tantra?
Ray emphasizes the unique beauty and sensitivity of every woman's yoni and the profound value of cultivating a loving, understanding relationship with this sacred part of herself.
Okay.
She suggests that when a woman has that positive, accepting connection with her own yoni, she's more likely to experience greater pleasure, intimacy, and her partner will likely be more inclined to love and understand it too. The recommendation is to regularly take time to look at your yoni with a hand mirror.
Really look.
Yeah. Become intimately familiar with its unique characteristics, color, contours, natural wetness. Observe the clitoris, the urethral opening. Gently explore to find your G-spot, all while taking deep breaths to encourage relaxation and presence.
It's about fostering body positivity and intimate self-knowledge for women, reclaiming a sense of reverence for their own anatomy.
Exactly. Honoring that sacred space.
Following that is a Make Love to Your Yoni meditation. How does this guide a woman in exploring her own pleasure?
This meditation starts by inviting the woman to indulge in a sensuous bath or shower.
Nice start.
Followed by a loving massage with moisturizing lotion or oil, maybe with some erotic music playing. Lying down comfortably, she's guided to gently touch and caress the outside of her yoni, as if encountering it for the very first time. Then slowly, sensually massage the labia. Next, gently stimulate her clitoris, taking time to tune into the unique sensations, the reactions in her body.
Paying close attention.
Very close. The meditation then guides her to explore for and gently rub her G-spot, noting that feeling an urge to urinate is normal.
Okay.
And it encourages her to allow herself to experience orgasm if it arises naturally, or simply to just luxuriate in the feelings of blissful pleasure without any specific goal.
It's a gentle, empowering, step-by-step guide for women to mindfully explore their own sensuality and pleasure.
Precisely. Very guided.
Okay, let's talk about stimulating your sex drive. What's the tantric approach to awakening desire?
Well, Tantra encourages awakening all aspects of your sexuality as a way to experience a richer, more vibrant life overall. While self-pleasure and meditation with a partner are mentioned as helpful, Ray particularly highlights the power of sensual physical activity, like dancing.
Dancing. How does that help?
Dancing is seen as a way to reconnect with the feeling of being fully present, fully alive in your body. It ignites the sex drive, stimulates the senses. It's also linked to the concept of Kundalini energy.
Ah, Kundalini, that life force energy.
Exactly. Described as a potent life force at the base of the spine that, when awakened, rises through the body, stimulating the chakras, enhancing vitality and desire.
So it's about engaging the body in ways that awaken that sensual energy and reconnect you with your vitality.
Exactly, getting things moving.
There's a dancing for an invisible lover meditation. How does that specific practice help stimulate desire?
This meditation invites you to put on some erotic dance music that inspires you.
Okay.
And move your body as if you were dancing for a beloved lover. Could be real, could be imagined. You're encouraged to slowly, sensually remove your clothing as you dance, eventually moving naked with full freedom of expression, especially in your hips, to awaken that Kundalini energy. As you dance, you caress your body. Imagine your lover's adoring touch, allowing these sensations to build towards a feeling of orgasmic bliss. Afterwards, you just rest, savor the feeling of serenity. The aim is to awaken your sexuality, your desire, raise your energy levels, and deepen your awareness of your own body's capacity for pleasure.
It sounds like a very personal, empowering way to connect with your own sensuality through imagination and movement.
Precisely.
Very freeing.
The book then moves into the realm of becoming aware of natural energy. How does connecting with nature relate to tantric practice?
Ray explains that fundamentally we're intrinsically connected to the natural world. We're all collections of energy molecules constantly vibrating.
Right, energy.
So she emphasizes the importance of spending time in nature alone and with a partner as a way to become more aware of the subtle vibrational energy.
Okay.
The idea is by tuning into the sensory experiences of the natural world, you heighten your overall sensory awareness. And this heightened awareness can then be brought into your sexual relationships, enriching your experiences of intimacy and connection. So recognizing our energetic connection to the world around us enhances our senses in all areas of life.
Exactly. Amplifies everything.
This leads to the concept of bringing nature into your relationship. What are the specific benefits highlighted there?
Ray points out that modern life often disconnects us from the outdoors, makes us forget our more instinctual nature.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time inside.
We do.
Yeah.
So spending quality time in natural settings with a loved one is said to help reconnect you with your primal temperament, brings you closer to your true self and closer to your partner on a deeper level. Plus, the relaxed, often less structured environment of nature can make communication easier, more authentic.
It's using the natural world as a catalyst for deeper connection and more easeful communication.
Precisely, a natural facilitator.
The book also discusses communication through dance. How can movement facilitate understanding between partners beyond words?
Ray presents dance as this powerful way to create sensual intimacy, and also as a nonverbal means of addressing unresolved issues in a relationship. Well, it can activate the release of positive, mood-enhancing chemicals in the brain. And it allows for a form of communication that goes beyond words, especially when the body moves spontaneously, expressively.
Right, letting the body talk.
Exactly. An added benefit, she notes, is potential for increased physical flexibility, which can enhance lovemaking. And for men, maybe gaining greater ejaculation control through the physical awareness dance cultivates.
It's about expressing and connecting on a physical, emotional level without relying only on verbal language.
Exactly, a different channel.
There's a warm-up dance meditation described. What's the purpose of incorporating this kind of movement?
Ray suggests using this brief dance, maybe at the end of a busy day or as prep for a longer meditation.
Okay.
You put on music that inspires you to move. Let your body move spontaneously. Release held tension, stagnant energy, shake out stress, maybe make sounds to release inhibitions. Keep moving until your rational thoughts start to quiet down. The goal is to finish by standing still and just feeling the energy circulating through your body.
A quick, effective way to release physical and mental tension and energize the body before deeper practices.
Precisely. Shaking it off.
Let's move into the realm of imagination with Unleash Your Imagination. What role does our inner world play in relationships and sexual attraction?
Ray emphasizes the fundamental role imagination plays in shaping our relationships. She notes that a lot of sexual attraction actually arises from creative processes within our own minds.
So what we think is important.
Often more potent, she suggests, than external reality. It allows us to project desires, ideals, onto our interactions. She presents imagination as a kind of muscle that needs regular exercise.
A muscle.
Yeah, suggesting it has the power to influence, even manifest our reality. It's about recognizing and harnessing the power of our fantasies, our mental imagery, to enhance connection and desire.
Got it. This leads to the game of life, imaginative play. How is this kind of playful exploration framed in Tantra?
Ray describes sharing your private inner world with a loving partner through imaginative play as a special privilege, something that can cultivate profound intimacy.
How does play help intimacy?
Engaging in playful scenarios, using your imaginations together, sharing laughter, it helps loosen inhibitions, creates a safe, enjoyable space for deeper connection. Even when you're not initially feeling particularly sexual, it's presented as a way to temporarily step outside adult responsibilities, reconnect with a sense of childlike wonder and intimacy, bringing fun, spontaneity, lightheartedness into the relationship.
I like that. There's an energizing laughter meditation described too. How can laughter contribute to sexual energy?
Ray highlights laughter as a really powerful way to release tension, engage with your inner child, and deepen your connection with your partner.
How do you do it?
This meditation involves lying comfortably next to each other. Start with a few minutes of stretching, yawning to relax, then 5 minutes of genuine belly laughter.
What if you don't feel like laughing?
She suggests even starting by just saying, ha, 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 to get it going. As your body shakes with laughter, you might feel your pelvis softening, opening. Even notice subtle responses in your genitals from the vibrations. It can feel quite sensual.
Interesting.
Afterwards, lying quietly together lets you experience this subtle, shimmering sensation of sexual energy that's been awakened, energizing your whole being.
A surprising and delightful way to awaken physical sensations through shared emotional release.
Precisely. Very joyful.
The book details a cross-dressing play meditation. What's the aim of exploring gender roles this playfully?
This meditation invites partners to playfully exchange gender roles by dressing as the opposite sex.
Okay.
Might involve makeup for the partner dressing as female, using props to fully embody the persona, approaching it with fun, like getting into costume. Sexy dance music plays. The partner dressed as the opposite sex takes the lead in a playful seduction, maybe through dance, sensual touch, while staying in character. As clothing is slowly shed, the feeling of making love while embodying the opposite gender is retained. It concludes with a naked namaste, expressing gratitude for the exploration, the playfulness, the insights gained. The aim is to be liberating, maybe arousing, offer new perspectives on your partner's experience while celebrating creativity and spontaneity.
A very playful, imaginative way to step outside usual roles and explore different facets of yourself.
Precisely, shaking things up.
There's also a let your inner animal out to play meditation. Lion play. That sounds very primal.
It does. This meditation starts with namaste, then invites partners to embody the spirit of lions.
Yeah.
Maybe crawling around, making lion sounds, growls, purrs.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sniffing the environment as if discovering it through animal senses. Then you come face to face, like two lions feeling territorial, maybe prowling, growling suspiciously.
Okay.
One partner might become more assertive, maybe pushing hands while roaring loudly for a few minutes. This energetic play is followed by about 10 minutes of lying down facing each other, bodies touching, but no other deliberate contact. And it ends with the final namaste.
What's the point?
Ray describes it as a fun, safe way to release inhibitions and connect with your more primal, instinctual energies. It sounds like a very visceral, maybe cathartic way to explore fundamental energies of connection, even playful aggression.
Definitely different. Okay, let's shift focus back to the senses, starting with the power of scent. Why is smell considered so significant in Tantra?
Ray highlights the incredible sensitivity of our noses, thousands of different chemicals, and its direct link to the hypothalamus.
The part of the brain controlling basic drives.
Exactly. Hunger, thirst, sleep, arousal, emotions, and also the hippocampus involved in memory. This makes smell incredibly evocative, capable of triggering profound emotional responses, altered states. Ancient tantric teachings recognize smell as a key sense for igniting sexual energy. It's very primal, powerful, closely linked to our deepest drives and memories.
Got it. The book discusses pheromones and arousal. What's the connection Tantra recognizes there?
Pheromones are described as these subtle chemical signals emitted by living beings, especially during arousal. They can elicit behavioral responses in others of the same species, potentially attracting or repelling a partner. Ray advises paying attention to the often subtle scent messages you get from lovers, potential or current.
So, unconscious signals?
Yeah. Suggesting the unconscious effect of their natural scent can play a crucial role in the dynamics of a sexual relationship. It's about recognizing the power of this often unconscious communication through scent.
Okay. To enhance our natural scent and explore this, the book offers advice and a scent of love meditation. What does that involve?
The general advice includes focusing on wholesome, organic foods, lots of water, limiting alcohol, choosing organic body products with natural scents, avoiding synthetics.
Makes sense.
The scent of love meditation invites partners to take a luxurious shower together using non-synthetic, naturally scented products. Put on some sensual dance music. One partner lies down, gently blindfolded. The other slowly, mindfully explores their body by gently blowing across the skin, running long hair over them, stroking lightly with feathers.
Oh, nice.
Touching tenderly with fingertips, maybe experimenting with light touches from mouth, tongue, feet, then reverse rolls. It's a very sensual way to heighten awareness and appreciation for each other's natural scent.
Sounds like a beautiful way to connect through touch and smell. Very present and appreciative.
Precisely. Very mindful.
There's also an arousing your sense of smell meditation. How does that specific practice work?
This starts with namaste. One partner lies down, blindfolded. The other prepares 3 tissues, each with a different natural essential oil.
Okay.
These are wafted gently close to the blindfolded partner's nose, letting them inhale and experience each scent. Following this, a fresh, organic fruit is squeezed gently, the aroma offered to smell. Finally, the squeezed fruit is gently placed on their lips, combining smell and taste, enhancing the flavor. After this sensory exploration, roles are reversed with a different fruit. It concludes with removing the blindfold, invitation to move into lovemaking, consciously focusing on smelling and tasting each other with heightened awareness.
A very direct, focused way to awaken and heighten those two closely linked senses.
Exactly. Isolating them.
Let's move on to taste in the body. What's the tantric perspective on how our physical being and taste are connected?
Ray explains that the nutrients we consume literally build our body's cells. And this process reflects in our natural bodily smells and tastes, like in semen, saliva, yoni secretions.
Right. You are what you eat, sort of.
Kind of. Tantric lovemaking is described as an opportunity to become more acutely aware of your partner's unique tastes, deepening connection on a very intimate level. She also notes that as you cultivate a more refined sense of taste through conscious eating, you might naturally gravitate towards healthier foods without feeling restricted. And this increased sensory awareness extends to all pleasures in life.
So taste is another layer of intimate connection and reflects our overall physical well-being.
Precisely. Another sense to explore.
To explore this, the book suggests an eating blindfold meditation and a sensual feast meditation. What do those involve?
The eating blindfold meditation starts with an opening ceremony. One partner reclines, blindfolded. The other lovingly prepares small bites of food, maybe some wine. The sighted partner slowly, mindfully feeds the blindfolded one, allowing them to fully savor tastes, textures. Wine is gently offered, the receiver invited to fully embody the wine's essence with reverence. Then roles reverse.
Okay. And the feast?
The sensual feast meditation involves creating a comfortable space, cushions, candles, warmth. Prepare a tray of quality, bite-sized foods, banana, almonds, berries, etc., maybe organic wine. After showering together naturally, you take turns slowly, sensuously feeding each other, maybe playfully using body parts to offer the food, alternating giver-receiver. You might occasionally whisper the Shiva Sutra. When eating or drinking, become the taste of food or drink and be filled.
Wow.
Emphasis is on unhurried, relaxed, experimental serving and savoring, potentially leading naturally into lovemaking. Both meditations use the absence of sight to heighten taste, creating a mindful, intimate experience around nourishment.
Very focused. Let's turn to chakra notes. Sound. How does sound relate to our body's energy centers in Tantra?
Ray explains sound is basically vibrational energy. It resonates with different body parts, different chakras. For example, the base chakra is often linked to the musical note C, the heart chakra to F. She mentions tools like singing bowls, tuning forks, as ways to stimulate, balance the body and chakras through specific vibrations, highlighting how this understanding explains music's profound effects on us, physically and emotionally. Sound is seen as a powerful tool for influencing our energetic state, promoting harmony.
Makes sense. To explore sound, the book suggests whispering sweet nothings meditation, sharing music meditation, and opening to sound singing bowl meditation. What do these entail?
The whispering sweet nothings meditation starts with namaste. One partner sits or reclines blindfolded. The other whispers loving, devoted words, spontaneous, inspired by the mood, maybe humming gently too. Continue whispering sweet, sexy, excited words, noticing the receiver's subtle responses. Ray suggests whispering during foreplay lovemaking can be powerful stimulation. Focus.
Okay. And sharing music.
Sharing music meditation involves putting on slow, relaxing music both partners enjoy. Lie comfortably, eyes closed. Just listen without speaking. Let thoughts drift. Let the music fill your body for at least 20 minutes.
Simple but nice.
Yeah. The opening to sound singing bowl meditation starts with namaste. Man sits, reclines, blindfolded. Woman whispers love devotion, maybe hums, plays a singing bowl, or sings softly for about 5 minutes. Then roles reverse. Man offers whispered adoration, maybe a simple song, then plays the singing bowl for 5 minutes. Concludes with namaste. These meditations use different aspects of sound intimate whispers, emotional music, vibrational frequencies to deepen connection, induce various states.
Very cool. Let's move to receiving touch meditation. What's the central focus here?
This starts with namaste. One partner lies down comfortably, the other lies alongside, proceeds to gently explore their body through varied light, delicate touches.
Like what?
Maybe blowing softly across skin, running long hair over them, stroking lightly with feathers, touching tenderly with fingertips, experimenting with soft touches using mouth, tongue, feet.
Wow, very sensitive.
Yeah. After some time, roles reverse. Ray emphasizes the profound power of touch to transmit love, connection. How both partners flourish with sensitive, loving, conscious touch. It's about mindful, gentle exploration of touch as a language of love.
Beautiful. There's also a gentle caress meditation. How is this different?
This one focuses on a very slow, deliberate, almost hypnotic caress. The intention is more about cultivating a deep meditative state, less about direct arousal.
Okay.
Ray mentions if a vibrator is desired, use medical-grade silica. It begins with one partner face down. The other places both hands lightly on their back, feeling the breath. Then one hand begins a very slow, hypnotic caress, leading the receiver into meditation. Hand stays relatively flat, focusing on transmitting love, presence for about 10 minutes on the back. Partner turns over. The other uses fingers to gently caress the face continuously, avoiding sudden movements, maybe occasionally whispering the sutra. Enter the caress sweet prince as everlasting life.
Wow.
Goal is for both to enter deep shared meditation, not actively trying to arouse. After 10 minutes facial caressing, hand withdraws slowly. Both sit silently, letting receiver gently return. Sounds like deeply calming, profoundly connecting touch, focused on presence meditation.
Definitely. The book also mentions chakra massage. How can massage stimulate and balance energy centers?
Ray explains applying gentle, circular fingertip motions to chakra locations can help stimulate these centers. Leads to feeling energized, balanced, good lead into lovemaking. Recommends warm room blanket for the man receiving. Lies naked, cushion under hips. Woman warms oil, slowly applies clockwise circles to each chakra point, starting at first, pubic hairline, up to 7th crown.
How long on each?
About 2-3 minutes each, resting hand briefly after each. Finally, places one hand gently on base chakra, other on crown, visualizing heaven-earth connection. Lets him rest in energized bliss.
Okay.
Rules reverse. Ray suggests specific essential oil blends for men-women to enhance it. It's a focused, intentional way to work with the body's energetic system through touch, aromatherapy, aiming for balance, vitality.
Got it. Let's turn to Tantric Sex. What's the Tantric view on visual arousal in intimacy?
Ray acknowledges that for many, especially men, a partner's appearance is a significant source of arousal.
Right.
She highlights how consciously preparing a visually stimulating experience can be part of anticipation, but also a devotional practice reflecting Shiva Shakti union. The sensual ambiance, candlelight, incense, music, a partner who's prepared feels beautiful is emphasized. Tantra also encourages shifting from yang vision, more active, analytical, opinionated scene, to yin vision,
which is
softer, more receptive, trance-like, a way to truly perceive the heart, the essence of your partner. It's about consciously appreciating visual beauty and shifting your way of seeing to be more receptive, heart-centered.
Okay. There's a yin-yang gazing meditation. How does this cultivate that kind of vision?
Starts with opening ceremony. Sit close enough to see clearly in soft light. Let eyes wander naturally across partner's face, skin colors, features, hair, neck, ears. No particular focus. Observe mental commentary without holding on to thoughts. Acknowledge partner receiving your gaze. After about 5 minutes, gently close eyes to rest.
Done.
Open eyes. Softly focus on a point in space between your faces. Sink into quiet meditation for a few minutes. Conclude with closing ceremony. Ray suggests this is great for lovemaking, helps cultivate that receptive yin vision, letting you truly appreciate partner's beauty.
A direct practice in cultivating a softer present gaze, fostering deeper connection through the eyes.
Precisely. Very intentional seeing.
Finally, exploring the senses in Tantra, let's discuss breath. Why is conscious breathing considered so powerful?
Ray states breath is maybe the single most powerful tool for transformation in Tantra.
Wow. Most powerful.
Yeah. She explains deeper, conscious breathing is directly linked to experiencing deeper feelings, energizing the entire body. Conscious breathing during practices like massage, foreplay, intimacy is encouraged. Floods body with oxygen, enlivens cells, facilitates profound physical sensations, full body orgasms, emotional release.
Okay.
Breathing together with a partner is also emphasized. Harmonizes your beings, become fully present in the shared moment, ultimately aiming for a sense of cosmic unity. Breath is seen as key to unlocking deeper sensation, energy, connection within ourselves and partners.
Got it. The book details several breathing meditations: wake up your body, circular breathing, and chaotic breath. What are the key aspects of each?
Wake up your body breathing involves lying comfortably. Slow, deep breaths in through nose. Fill abdomen, hold briefly, exhale fully through mouth, empty abdomen. Repeat 10 minutes. Notice energized feeling after.
Okay, simple energizer.
Yeah. Circular breathing is with a partner, sitting opposite. Yeah. Start breathing deeply, slowly together, 5 months. Eyes open, initially sync. Then shift to alternating. One inhales as other exhales, 5 months. Next, woman visualizes breathing in base chakra to heart, out, down, front. Man simultaneously breathes in heart down to base, out. Creates circle between you, 5 months. Then reverse direction, 5 months.
Wow, complex visualization.
It is. Finally, lie in star position, woman between man's legs, legs over thighs, hands touching feet. Easy breathing, 10 minutes.
Okay, and chaotic breath.
Chaotic breath meditation involves sitting back to back, mouth slightly open, direct breath into base chakra with rapid, rough, uneven rhythm. Allow body to move spontaneously, shake, sway 1 to 2 minutes. Careful not to hit spines. Shift focus to breathing into second chakra, near navel. Same chaotic rhythm movement, 1 to 2 minutes. Return to easy, natural breathing, stillness. Conclude with namaste. These different techniques explore rhythms, patterns for different effects, energizing, connecting, releasing tension, powerful tools for consciously influencing energy state connection.
Definitely sounds like it. Okay, let's move to the intimate act of the tantric kiss. How is a tantric kiss different from just a regular kiss?
Ray draws this beautiful parallel, comparing the kiss to the divine sexual union of Shiva and Shakti.
How?
The softness of the lips likened to the yoni, the gentle penetration of the tongue like the lingam.
Ah, okay. Symbolic.
Very. She emphasizes its role in conveying erotic messages, heightening senses, serving as preparation for deeper tantric practices. The tantric quality, she notes, comes from the focus, the conscious awareness you bring to it, which then increases your sensitivity for all other aspects of lovemaking. It's about infusing the act with intention, presence.
Gotcha. The book discusses initiating sex with kissing, highlighting the woman's role as primary initiator in Tantra. Why is that emphasized?
Ray explains that in Tantra, the woman is often seen as the primary initiatrix due to her inherent creative power, the power to conceive, give birth.
Okay.
She notes that for many women, kissing plays a particularly significant role in triggering arousal, intimacy, and assessing relationship, connection, commitment. Ray even mentions a significant percentage of women don't feel ready for intercourse without kissing, contrasting this with the observation that men often view kissing more as a means to get to sex. Interestingly, she also mentions male saliva contains testosterone, which can subtly affect a partner's libido. It's about recognizing the different significance kissing holds for men and women.
Makes sense. To explore the kiss as a tantric practice, there's the first kiss meditation. What does that involve?
This invites you and your partner to sit facing each other. Soft, gentle gaze. Approach slowly, sensually, until lips just barely touch. For the next few minutes, explore the kiss with newness, heightened awareness. Maybe only lips at first, then gently involve tongues, as if it's the very first time. After a few moments, slowly draw apart while still maintaining soft eye contact. Gradually move backward away from each other. Take a moment to notice any arising emotions, desire, maybe loss as connection breaks, even subtle grief.
Interesting range of feelings.
Yeah. Finally, make a conscious choice what to do next. Another meditation, lovemaking, or just relax together. It's a beautiful, mindful way to rediscover the intimacy, the potential of a kiss, bringing fresh presence to a familiar act.
Definitely sounds like it. Let's delve into erotic massage. What's the tantric perspective on massage as sexual and spiritual connection?
Ray presents erotic massage as a valuable opportunity to communicate sexual needs, preferences to your partner, especially when you might feel inhibited during more direct sexual expression.
Okay.
She highlights benefits for deep relaxation, fostering intimacy, reducing stress, also as a wonderful starting point for exploring more involved tantric practices. The sexual energy generated during erotic massage, she notes, can potentially transport both giver and receiver into profound relaxation, even deep meditation, quieting the mind, balancing the body, often leading to feelings of profound bliss. So viewed as much more than just physical pleasure, it's a pathway to deeper emotional, even spiritual connection.
Okay. The book discusses becoming multi-orgasmic through tantric massage. How does that work? What's the principle?
Ray explains tantric massage aims to enhance sexual feeling by consciously exploring pleasure in all areas of the body, not just genitals.
Right, the whole body.
Exactly. Skin is our largest sex organ. Recommends incorporating massage of fingers, toes, neck, earlobes, scalp. Gentle licking, sucking, caressing various parts opens you to subtle arousal, relaxes the mind, focuses on the moment, allows divine energy to arouse you. Emphasizes connection to love, devotion in this practice. Suggests it activates heart chakra, creates meditative bliss, preparing for more expansive orgasm. Ray notes the calm, steady rhythm often used helps build arousal in waves, synchronizing with breath, potentially leading to full-body orgasmic experiences. It's about shifting focus beyond just genitals, awakening the entire body's potential for sensual experience.
Powerful idea. The book provides a recipe for mixing massage oil and practical tips for erotic massage. Key recommendations.
For oil, Ray suggests a base like jojoba, almond, sunflower oil. Add a few drops essential oils like rose absolute, sandalwood, frankincense chosen for stimulating love, sensuality, relaxation.
Okay.
Tips include comfortable private environment, maybe firm surface with towels, clean hands, short nails, remove snagging jewelry, choose suitable oil, allergy check, ensure compatible with condoms if needed. Warm oil in hands first, use liberally. Approach with confidence, conscious intention. Use smooth, rhythmic movements. Be creative. Explore touch. Maintain awareness of partner's responses. Mindful of contraindications like recent surgery, health conditions. Practical advice for comfortable, safe, pleasurable experience.
Good tips. It also suggests specific erotic massage strokes and highlights foot massage. Why focus on the feet?
Ray suggests flowing strokes long, sensuous with whole hand fingertips, plenty of oil. Foot massage is highlighted for historical association with devotional worship and subtle energetic connection to karma, stored emotional wounds.
Energetic connection.
Yeah. Physically, intricate nerve network connects feet to whole body, making foot massage highly effective for deep relaxation, calming. Advises firm pressure with whole hand if ticklish. Practice involves comfortable position, simple flowing strokes on arms, legs with oil to begin, then focus on feet 5-10 mix. Ask for and be receptive to honest feedback. It's recognizing feet as physically sensitive and energetically significant, offering pathway to deeper relaxation connection.
Makes sense. The book has detailed sections on lingam massage and yoni massage, key aspects and intentions.
Lingam massage, Ray describes. Woman massages the man's shoulders, neck, body to relax him, reminds him to breathe. Rest hands on yoni, perineum, and heart, breathing together.
Okay.
Moves to gentle upward caress of lingam with 2 fingers, maybe gently circling glands. Might playfully pluck pubic hair, checking pressure. Gently squeeze shaft with kneading motion. Circle finger oval from perineum up above glands. Upward strokes with 3 fingers, middle maybe slightly inside urethral opening. Gently rub glands in hour positions. Always ask permission before entering yoni. Shaft tease gently till invited in.
Right. Communication.
Key. Once inside, slow and out with 1 finger. Massaging internal walls. Alternating with clitoral glands. Stimulation. Always checking desire for climax, respecting wishes. Concludes in stillness, hands on yoni heart, gratitude.
Okay. And yoni massage.
Presented as profound giving, receiving. Intention purely for woman's pleasure. Allows complete relaxation. Experienced as honoring her sacred feminine self. Potentially leads to deep tantric rapture, ecstatic bliss. Encourages receivers' full expression sounds, emotions as sexual healing. Described as deeply intimate, reverent practices of touch, emphasizing clear communication, mutual respect, prioritizing pleasure, connection.
Very respectful approach. The book also discusses intimate oral pleasuring, tantric perspective on oral sex as spiritual connecting.
Ray frames it as a form of tantric meditation, brings both partners fully into present moment, fosters deep harmony, highlights focused attention on one point, complete immersion in observing, responding to partners' reactions, dwelling fully in moments, centering on their pleasure, encourages overcoming squeamishness, inhibition, invites viewing human form, including genitals, as sacred, divine, suggests starting with shared hot shower for intimacy openness, approaching as great experiment in sensual exploration. It's about bringing mindful, present awareness to an intimate act, seeing it as opportunity for deep connection, honoring partner's pleasure.
Okay. The book provides specific meditations, oral sharing, worshiping the wand of light, and kissing the yoni. What do these entail?
Oral sharing meditation. Warm, sacred space, opening ritual. Woman places hands on partner's lingam chest, sending energy, begins oral pleasure without force, staying present aware of sensations, breath, relaxing throat, mouth. Man says whatever comes to mind, even one word. Woman listens, receives gently, no response. After 5 minutes, roles reverse. Woman receives, shares inner experience aloud, no discussion after. Potential to move to love-making, honoring partner. Closing ritual.
Intense sharing.
Yeah. Worshipping the wand of light. Sit opposite, chant, together, 5 minutes, open throats, hum. It's 5 minutes, cosmic energy. Woman blindfolds man, he lies comfortably. Woman lovingly explores body with tongue reverence. Gently kisses lingam, runs tongue up down overhead, cradles testicles. Takes lingam in mouth, tenderly enjoys rising, falling energy, expansion, contraction. Tunes into lingam's personality, moves mouth to pleasure him. Man stays still, breathing, enjoying. Giver relaxes mouth, throat, no rush. Avoids bringing to orgasm. Lets him surf pleasure wave. Sits up, removes blindfold, rests hand on lingam. Strokes clockwise circles on his head. Facilitates crown opening. Man squeezes body, then relaxes, let sexual energy spread.
Wow, very detailed ritual.
Very. Kissing the yoni. Woman lies comfortably, legs open. Man sits 5 minutes. Softy in vision, sees vulva as heavenly gates to bliss. Slowly, lovingly kisses thighs, lower belly. Senses charge between tongue, yoni, lips. Gently caresses between folds as if new. Lightly flicks tongue around clitoris. Gentle start. Listens to sounds for guidance on pressure pace, which changes. Focuses attention on tongue tip, clitoris nerve endings. Pleasures with circular motion, increasing pace with her ecstasy. Places hand on chest near heart, expands orgasm potential. Just after climax, reduces pace pressure, rides receding waves to stillness, rests head on her belly, breathes together in bliss. all described as deeply intimate, sensual practices encouraging mindful, reverent exploration of oral intimacy, prioritizing presence, pleasure, connection.
Very powerful descriptions. The book mentions mutual oral pleasuring, sideways crow 69, and Shiva dominant position. Unique aspects.
Ray describes mutual oral in sideways crow as powerful representation of masculine-feminine harmony, balanced through equal giving-receiving, like Shiva Shakti. Notes the more partners do this, deeper their understanding of each other's arousal patterns. Potential to become master of partner's desires. Key part of tantric practice. Potentially sexier, more intimate than intercourse. Sideways crow position described as relatively easy, relaxing. Allows immersion in mutual pleasure. Generates loop of rising energy passion towards mutual orgasm.
Okay. And Shiva dominant.
Shiva dominant position for oral. Man kneels above woman on all fours, knees near her head, slightly side. Slides hands under hips, lift support slightly. Uses fingers stimulate yoni, tongue pleasure clitoris. Gentle start, build pressure based on response. Woman turns head side, easy stimulate his lingam handsmith. Emphasizes relaxation, savoring mutual pleasuring. Positions presented as enhancing mutual oral pleasure, fostering deeper energetic exchange, connection.
Got it. The book offers advice on delaying ejaculation, specific techniques a partner can assist with.
Read details 3 techniques partner can use. First, firm thumb pressure underside lingam, just below glands, maintain till intensity subsides. Second, firm pressure into perineum, area between scrotum anus, while simultaneously massaging crown chakra, top head, 2 fingers, small circles. Third, rest hand gently on lingam, while other hand massages heart chakra, center chest, 2 fingers, small circles. Ray advises mastery takes time, consistent practice, presented as practical techniques partner actively participates in to extend intimacy duration.
Helpful. There's a beautiful meditation, Unveiling the God meditation for woman on man, intention and process.
Described as deeply honoring, empowering for man, boosts confidence, reminding him of inherent divine nature, encourages celebrating physical sexual beauty, begins playing sexy hypnotic music. Woman slowly, mindfully removes man's clothes piece by piece, full awareness, appreciation, each revealed area moves slowly for his relaxation. He sits Lee's comfortably. She rests hands on body part, touches strokes tenderly, whispering adoration reverence phrases like, "This is the chest of the god." Continues spontaneous declarations of worship, intuition guides words touch, concludes in Namaste. Ray suggests trying Unveiling the Goddess, man on woman, another time. Tender, sensual ritual of adoration, deep appreciation for male form, recognizing divine masculine energy.
Lovely. Also a meditation, Claiming Your Sexual Energy meditation for men. How does this empower male sexuality?
It invites men sit comfortably, hands gently on genitals. Guided recall past situation where sexual energy felt restricted, suppressed. Bringing memory to mind, encouraged, shout no from base chakra, followed by firm, they're mine. Consciously shift posture, feel energy move. Repeat for several situations, up to 10 minutes till mind relatively clear. Guided inhale deeply through base chakra. Visualize graceful light descending like blessing down to crown chakra. Exhale. Next, inhale through crown, exhale down through base. Right. Feel surge of power flow down lingam testicles. Envision genitals becoming vibrant. Wand of light. Powerful process releasing past inhibitions. Consciously reclaiming full sexual energy. Power.
Very empowering. The book subtly suggests penetrate with your eyes, effective focused gazing during intimacy.
Ray suggests during moments strong yang male power in sex. Direct, intense eye contact penetrating with eyes can be deeply arousing for partner. Conveys focused attention, desire. However, also notes softer, gentle gaze more conducive, fostering intimacy, spontaneity, other moments. Recognizing power, visual connection, using intentionally enhanced different aspects intimacy.
Okay, lion position for intercourse is mentioned. Dynamic and potential.
Ray describes lion position, man enters woman from behind, as position enhancing dominant submission within consensual dynamic. Notes important woman fully aroused, lubricated for comfortable penetration this way. Presented as position exploring different power dynamics. Unique physical sensation.
Got it. Book emphasizes loving your goddess. Ways man honor cherishes partner's feminine essence during sex.
Ray explains woman's happiness, fulfillment, openness increases significantly when feminine essence honored, cherished. Suggests expressing love sexually and indeed non-sexually. Truly listening without immediately fixing. Showing physical affection daily. Making love with full consciousness, taking time, look, actuated her body, fully present. Actively recognizing, nurturing unique needs, desires, feminine spirit in partnership.
Important reminder, there's Greeting the Goddess meditation for man on woman. Steps in this honoring ritual.
Meditation begins man consciously recalling, first discovering partner. Sets special scene, fantastic meal, flower scandals, bedroom. Lovingly draws bather, washes hair, gentle head massage, allowing talk interruption free. Dries tenderly. Gives sensuous massage, maybe yoni massage, no orgasm intention this stage. Dance for each other, mutual gazing appreciation. Move into lovemaking with masculine yang energy, allowing her fully expand into receptive yin essence. Focus satiating desires every touch kiss, conveying importance, cherishness. After lovemaking, preferably no ejaculation in this instance, lie together bliss, holds lovingly. Comprehensive multisensory ritual, deeply honorish feminine energy spirit partner.
Beautiful. Book discusses dynamic tantric gods and goddesses within sexual intimacy. Underlying concept.
Ray explains in Tantric Sex context, woman invited embody essence all women. Man shows love through worship, allows her fully blossom feminine energy. Similarly, man invited embody essence all men, appearing omnipotent loving presence. Woman finds strength liberation through surrender. Highlights preciousness moments when one fully releases into divine feminine masculine selves, consciously embracing archetypal energies, exploring power, surrender, adoration within sexual experience.
Okay, harmonizing breath meditation, specifically for partners. How fosters deeper unity.
Begins partners sitting, facing. Hands resting gently, knees. Breathe deeply, slowly together about 5 minutes, synchronizing. Shift alternating breath. One inhales, other exhales, 5 mins. Next, woman visualizes breathing in base chakra up heart, exhaling down front. Man simultaneously visualizes breathing in heart, down base, exhaling out. Creates continuous circular energy flow between you, 5 mins. Reverse direction, circular breath, 5 mins. Both allow breathing return, easy natural rhythm, while visualizing universal light pouring down. Rest together, comfortable position, maybe holding gently. Allow bodies to dissolve blissful connection. Direct powerful ways, synchronize energies, cultivate profound unity through shared breath.
Very connecting. Book includes royal liberation meditation, role play, purpose engaging this imaginative play tantric context.
Ray describes this way playfully release selves from constraints, everyday roles, responsibilities. Create space, explore deepest, maybe sexiest desires, safe, imaginative way.
How's it work?
Begin opening ritual. Decide king-queen, example man-king. King sits eyes closed. Queen consort kneels before, maybe light headscarf eyes. Both meditate moments, characteristics, chosen role, man kingly attributes, confidence authority, woman consort devoted servant qualities, consciously releasing own will serve king's desires. King visualizes central channel filling radiant light, awakening power, feels ready, removes consort's headscarf, signals shift roles. King begins vocalized desires, looking directly consort. Maybe start simple, I want. Allow imagination unfold. Asking anything comes mind, even things normally never ask. Key be demanding, as if entitled desires. Let imagination wild, no censoring examples. Hair strokes, compliments, playfully tied blindfolded, consort dance lingerie.
Total freedom.
Yeah. Continues express desires until feels completely satiated, declares, I am complete. Perform simple closing ceremony, gently returning usual roles. Optionally, man might lie under night sky meditating nature desire. Structured imaginative way, explore power dynamics, release inhibitions, give voice deepest desires, playful, consensual framework.
Definitely sounds freeing. Following that, reflection on desire. Why important consciously reflect desires, Tantra?
Ray explains desires often reflections innermost wants, needs, but busy daily life, easily suppressed, ignored, potentially leaves feeling alienated what truly brings satisfaction, joy. Suggests conscious effort, mentally note desires as arise. Later, take time, examine, maybe share with partner. Process reflection offers valuable insights, deeper longings. Catalyst taking action, fulfill desires, healthy, fulfilling ways. Bringing conscious awareness, often hidden longings, pathway, greater self-understanding, fulfillment within relationship.
Okay, let's delve into cosmic orgasm. How Tantra view orgasm beyond purely physical.
Ray describes cosmic orgasm as experience often arising spontaneously during tantric meditation, intimate connection, without forced, goal-oriented approach. Characterized by natural flow, energy, emotion, leading profound sense oneness, expanded experience, intimate pleasure far beyond mere physical sensations. More holistic, expansive experience, orgasm, encompassing emotional, perhaps spiritual dimensions.
Got it. Specific sections, cosmic orgasm for men and cosmic orgasm for women. Key differences, how experience manifests.
For men, Ray contrasts conventional orgasm ejaculation. Suggests ejaculation relatively minor function compared to potential full-body tantric cosmic orgasm. Explains dedicated practice. Men learn channel orgasmic energy throughout entire body. Experience extended periods, blissful sensation without ejaculating. Essentially learning climax, more similar female experience. Drawing energy upwards towards crown chakra.
Okay, for women.
Emphasizes orgasm often requires more than just penile penetration. Clitoral stimulation typically necessary. Potential stimulation. Other erogenous zones, G-spot, nipples. Describes physical changes during arousal. Suggests deep relaxation, willingness to let go. Women experience vast oceanic realm, orgasmic bliss. Includes evocative descriptions, orgasm from tantric release, energy stream, heart explosion, parallels spiritual enlightenment descriptions. Emphasizes potential more expansive, full-bodied, less goal-oriented orgasm experience, both men and women.
Very different perspective. Book addresses what women want in sex and the addiction of ejaculation for men. Key insights.
Regarding women want sex, Ray highlights female sexual energy often rises, falls, waves. More go with the flow than goal-oriented, contrasting linear male drive. Stresses importance, partners understanding, respecting differences, sexual response. Notes when man consciously delays orgasm, often signals partner focus is shared experience, mutual fulfillment, not just own release.
Okay. And male ejaculation addiction.
Ray explains how men sometimes conditioned early life associate sexual pleasure, primarily quick-release ejaculation, often using as primary emotional release. Suggests learning access pleasure, emotional, spiritual levels leads greater control sexual energy. Tantric meditation helps shift focus away ejaculation primary goal towards more rewarding, expansive release, often leading cosmic orgasms, fostering deeper understanding nuances, male-female sexual responses, addressing potential patterns, limiting fulfilling shared intimacy.
Makes sense. Book provides specific controlling your ejaculation methods, discusses benefits, staying connected after sex. Key takeaways.
Ray details 3 techniques men use control delay ejaculation. Consciously squeezing pubococcygeal PC muscles while sharp breath. Firm pressure perineum while simultaneously massaging crown chakra 2-finger small circles. Gently resting hand lingam while other hand massages heart chakra 2-finger small circles. Advises mastery takes time. Consistent practice.
Okay. Staying connected.
Regarding staying connected after sex, notes natural tendency men withdraw after ejaculation. Refraining ejaculation leads less desire, move away sleep immediately. Allows sustained period emotional spiritual connection, peaceful integrated rest. Offer practical strategies enhancing sexual experience, fostering deeper connection beyond orgasm moment.
Good points. Recommends toning the love muscles, pelvic floor exercises. Benefits regularly practicing these.
Ray recommends both men and women incorporate daily practice contracting, releasing pelvic floor muscles. Kegels. Suggests goal up to 60 contractions daily. Highlights exercises lead more intense orgasms, both genders, increase sexual desire, overall stamina. Simple exercises significantly enhancing sexual function, pleasure, both partners.
Okay. There's a comprehensive peaks and valleys love-making meditation. How structures extended, multifaceted, intimate encounter.
Provides structured, prolonged, varied lovemaking experience. Begins opening ceremony. Followed about 20 months lovemaking, allowing natural energy build flow. Man attentive partners responses, using ejaculation control techniques if desired. After initial rising energy period, consciously allow natural dip intensity. Rest completely, maybe sleep, about another 20 months. Deep relaxation integration. Following rest phase, allow energy rise again, period. More passionate lovemaking. Without holding back, overly concerned endpoint. Allowing oneness, ecstasy, orgasm. Man chooses ejaculate or not. Concludes about 20 months resting together, comfortable silence. Followed closing ceremony. Ray emphasizes women often require at least 20 months fully reach arousal, structure counts it. Structured yet organic approach incorporating intense passion periods with intentional restintegration moments, allowing more holistic, potentially deeper experience.
Sounds amazing. Finally, book offers guidance planning your retreat. Tantric perspective, creating dedicated time space, deepening intimacy.
Ray suggests planning sexy tantric weekend getaway, planned or spontaneous, incredibly valuable way. Indulge connection, enhance intimacy, explore new revisit favorite tantric meditations practices.
It sounds good.
Advises discussing desired outcomes beforehand, sharing ideas openly, no censoring, actively listening each other's needs, flexible plans, avoiding overscheduling, high expectations pressure, remembering renewed energy, deeper connection, cultivated retreat, likely extend all areas' lives. Intentionally carving out dedicated time space, prioritize deepen intimate connection, exploration together.
Okay. The book even includes specific meditations for retreat planning, like choose your activities, advice on setting the scene, what to anticipate on day 1, 2, 3, including specific practices like positive pole massage, tantric tea ceremony, yin-yang game, nature meditations, silent eating, meditation of liberation. It wraps up with advice on returning home, importance of acknowledging your partner through the appreciation ritual. Really comprehensive for weaving tantric awareness into special occasions in daily life.
Yeah, what's truly insightful is just the sheer level of detail Ray provides here. It gives you, the listener, such a wealth of potential practices to explore, both on your own and as a couple. It really powerfully underscores the holistic nature of Tantra, how it extends far beyond just intercourse to encompass, well, all facets of your being and your relationship.
So to kind of bring our deep dive into these excerpts from Tantric Sex to a close, we've really explored its ancient roots, its integrated view of sexuality, spirituality, emotions, its emphasis on honoring the body, the senses, and this huge array of practices, from specific rituals, meditations, to conscious touch, communication, all aimed at enriching connection and pleasure on, well, multiple levels.
Indeed. You should now have a pretty solid foundational understanding of Tantra's core principles based on this source and a collection of intriguing insights into practical applications, all drawn from the material you shared with us.
Great. And maybe to leave you all with a final thought to chew on, perhaps consider how incorporating even just one of these practices, maybe a more mindful namaste, a few moments of breathing together, or even just a more present, sensual kiss, how that might subtly, but maybe significantly, shift your understanding of intimacy or your relationship with your own body.
Yeah, something to ponder.
It's an invitation, really, to explore the rich possibilities that lie within. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.